Hi everyone, welcome back. In today's video, I figured I would take a stroll down memory lane and bring you along with me. I have been asked to do a video on my planner journey quite a few times, and I wrote it down as a video idea and just have not, either haven't gotten around to it or I forgot about it, and I was just in my basement and I'm like, look at all my planners. It's time I do that video. So I've got a mixture here. I've got Passion planners, I have Kate Spade planners, and I have some Franklin Covey planners as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do them in order. Okay. So, I'm going to do some Passion planners here. Now, before I get into this, before I started with the Passion planners, I was in just like kind of your day timer from Staples, you know, those kinds of stationery stores. We're in Canada. I'm in Canada here, so we don't have many options. We only have Staples. And so I would just do your at a glance. The odd time, we have a store called Indigo. It used to be called Chapters. Chapters went out of business or something, and now it's Indigo. Or I would get a planner from there. Nothing fancy, didn't get into decorating or anything like that. That didn't really start for me until 2016. So I did have a couple happy planners in 2016. I think the tail end of 2015, 2016. I haven't really kept those to show you. And that wasn't really functional planning. It was really just decorating and then kind of filling it in. Like it wasn't intentional planning. So then I found the Passion planner. And so when I worked in the corporate world, it was one of my sales associates who had a Passion planner. And I was like, what is that? And so it was a guy, and he gave me a complete tour of his Passion planner, and I fell in love with it. And it was a black one. And this is when Passion planner first kind of entered the marketplace. So there was no other colors. It was only black, and it was only the one size. So this was my first Passion planner from 2016. And I loved everything about it, because it was really all about goal planning, and I love the mind mapping and you know, doing kind of your lifetime goal, 3-year goal, like breaking it down. Love that, because where I worked before, I worked in the fitness industry, and I was a high-level manager, and it was very goal-oriented and very numbers-driven, which is how I brought a lot of that to my real estate business, because we don't learn that as real estate agents. So how I track and measure my numbers, I brought with me from my corporate background. So I worked in corporate for 23 years before doing real estate. So you can see in here my 1-year goal, January 2017, real estate career established. So it was like November, December of 2015 that I made the decision that I was going to leave my comfort zone and go into real estate. So this was sort of my planner to kind of kick that off. So it was really good timing that I discovered this planner. So yeah, I love the mind mapping. This part really spoke to me. And then the Passion planner, they give you like a guide here of how to use it, which I loved. And then your year at a glance. I have no idea what I used these for. I think birthdays. Because that's my sister's birthday, my father-in-law's birthday, my daughter's. Yep, these are birthdays. Other than that, I didn't really use the year at a glance. So this was my first one, and I chose, actually, I don't think you could choose a Monday start then. So I think that they were Sunday start. So I was just starting to get into washi tape. That's really it. Very functional. It was very just work-related stuff here. And there's a lot of, this is, like I said, going down memory lane. It's like division only, sales launch, and retention call, month recap call, high level accountability. When I worked in corporate, we had, which you'll see in the weeklies, we had conference calls every day. We had sales meetings every day with our team, did cold calling every day. So yeah, this is really neat. Weekend action plan. We had to send that in by the end of our shift on Thursday for the weekend to show how we were going to hit our goals on the weekend, because we weren't there on the weekend. So how our sales team, like, you know, making sure that we were setting them up for success. And then here is the week. Yeah, so it's just weeklies is what it is. And this week's focus, prep for January scripts, digging problem, probing, objections, so all about scripts. Good things that happened in the previous month, hit 101% of my goal, did yoga 5 times, had a better handle on managing stress. I was going through this before filming, realizing by the end of my corporate career, I was under a tremendous amount of stress, and I didn't recognize that I was burnt out. And yeah, broke down today at work too much. Like, that's not me. I remember thinking, like, what's wrong with me? Why am I feeling this way? Very stressful call I had here. I fell down my stairs at home, which is like, what? Anyways, yeah, tough times. And so this just signified my shifts. I worked 46 hours a week. Anyhow, but as you can see, oh yeah, this day here, January 27th, woke up in the middle of the night extremely dizzy, so I couldn't go to work. And I was sick. Like, I was sick a lot. And I used to pride myself on never taking a sick day because I never got sick. And then that was a sign. Again, I didn't see it until now. You know, in retrospect, you can look back and things make sense, but when you're going through it, it doesn't make sense. And I didn't know that these were all signs that my body was speaking to me. But yeah, so I color coordinated here with some highlighters. So the pink was when I did yoga and personal things, I remember. And then my blue was work. So every day at 3 o'clock, we did Sharpen the Saw, which was 30 minutes of role-playing our scripts. And then we did a conference call every day at 9:30. That's what that was. And then 11 till 12:30 every single day we did our calls. We called it Call Canvas. It's basically doing cold calls. And then what I liked at the end of every month is there was a monthly reflection. So there was questions and then you answered them. And I loved this. It really helped me to dig deep and to recognize where my improvements were. And I recognized that doing yin yoga was really good for me. My naturopath, I remember, had recommended that for me because she said she could recognize that I was in a very stressful job. And yeah, so I just documented that. There we go. And there's my monthly overview. I printed off some pictures off probably Google, I think. That was Family Day, a stat holiday here in Ontario anyways. I don't know if it's all of Canada. Yeah. A lot of work. So I started to get into, again, these are just, I just glued these in. These weren't stickers. These are just like quotes that I got off of Google to paste in here because I just needed that motivation. I was training somebody, training her to be a manager, so she was shadowing me. Yeah. Wow. How am I supposed to work with all this extra bullshit? I had my assistant general managers on paid leave, and so everything was on my shoulders. Oh gosh, that was a stressful time. Homesick. Oh yeah, and then I went on stress leave for a week. Wow. Anyways, I was getting into studying for my real estate during this time as well. So I was studying for my real estate as well as trying to hold down a full-time job and, you know, running a family, running a household. So it was really, really tough. So you see here, chapter 2, study chapter 3, study chapter 4, did some yoga. So a lot of studying, that's for sure. Study. Yeah, okay. So this is my very first passion planner. I'll just go a little bit quicker now. So yeah, very functional, not pretty, just, yeah, just functional, just all about work and really tracking my, my studying as well and in and around work. Yeah, here's my schedule here. I had a general manager development call, leadership meeting, a tour. So that means that, so I worked in the fitness industry. So that means that I would have had somebody come in who's curious about joining the gym. So I would have spent an hour with them, giving them a tour and talking to them about their fitness goals, getting them to join the club. Did some workouts on my break. So every morning at 9:30, called a CAS call. I'm trying to remember what that acronym was for. It's been so long. I think I'd remember after 23 years, but I don't. Oh, results day, I got 84% on my first exam. So I was so excited about that. And then starting phase 2. So when I did my real estate exam, there's, for up here in Ontario, we have to do 6 courses. So that was I was starting course number 2. And yeah, more of that, more motivational quotes, keep me motivated. I got into pencil crayons or colored pencils here. I really liked this when I got into, so the green was real estate studying, and then everything else was around that. I don't really see much. I think I was off this week because I don't see any work stuff. Yeah, no work stuff here. Oh yeah, this was the day, the 21st of April, Prince died. That really hit me hard. I love Prince. I remember that really hit me hard. Yeah, so that's what that was. And then back at work, I put little stickers here. So I started to get into some little stickers, just happy, bright colors, motivational. Yeah, some more signs here that I was pushing myself too hard. Very fatigued after Monday's workout. Needed Wednesday off. Nauseous and extremely tired and fatigued. A bit dizzy too. Don't know if it was due to what were the company that I worked for month end was called CAP. And that's like, you just haul ass to make sure that you smash your goals. And if you did hit your goals, you're always pushing to get to the next like 105% or 110% of your goal, 120%, that sort of thing. But if you haven't hit your goal, it's like all hands on deck, pushing really, really hard, yourself and your team. Yeah, so I think that just really did me in, because April 30th was Saturday. And yeah, it used to be really fun. I used to just thrive off of that high level stress, and it was fun until it wasn't. So yeah, I got into some stickers here. So kind of evolved. And May the 6th, I believe, was my last day in corporate. I remember that Wednesday, I woke up with vertigo, and I had never had, like, I've been dizzy, but vertigo, like I couldn't walk. I couldn't lay on my side. I couldn't eat. It was horrible. So I had to like email my boss in sick, and then I resigned. I was like, that's it. This is a sign for my body was breaking down, and my naturopath, was warning me. My family was, bringing it to my attention that I'm doing too much, and it's just, not right for me anymore. And it was hard for me to let go, because I did that job for 23 years and I loved it so much. And then my body was like, not anymore. So that was a very happy and sad day. And I finished it doing one of my staff's performance review. And then I was like, oh, by the way. And I was very, very lucky that my boss, she understood. She was very understanding. And she knew leading up to this, for the couple months leading up to this, that I was not myself. She knew something was up. And so I was just very honest with her. And I can't do this anymore. So she didn't hold me. I was a high level manager, so I had to give a significant amount of notice. But she didn't hold me to it. She saw how sick I was. And she let me have Friday as my last day, which I was very, very grateful for. Yeah, so here's my vertigo. I had to cancel my whole day. And lots of journaling. I started using this spot for journaling and just all studying. So this was really neat to look back on. I could see how many hours it took me to study for each course. So out of all of them, number 2 was the hardest for me. And I studied, I think it was 212 hours. That was a really hard course. Yeah, I went, so you're going to see here, going really crazy with stickers. I discovered all the pretty washi tapes, and I went crazy. I just went absolutely crazy with the stickers. Yeah, I was still tired. It took me, and I'm still recovering this many years later. When I do too much, At least now I recognize the signs. Oh yeah, movie with Ryan, Get a Job. Not a good movie. I don't even remember that movie. That was Father's Day. So neat to look back. And even though I wasn't working, I was just focusing on studying and just focusing on my mental and physical health. I still documented everything because, and I do that with my planning, even if, you know, I don't really have a whole lot going on. I like to document because it's neat to look back and see, you know, the patterns. Oh, I didn't do my journaling here. And then with the Passion Planner mid-year, so 6 months later, you have another mind map, which is good because things can change, right? Your plans may not be exactly the same if your life, you know, evolves over 6 months. So that's cool. And then the yellow, checking off all the yellow, is are the things that you got done. So my goal was in my first 3 months to sell my first house, and I did it. I worked my butt off. Pass phase 3, sell my first house. Balance was really important for me. So yeah, not much going on here. My sister from Nova Scotia came to visit. So this month was all about family, which was awesome. So we did a lot of touristy things for her. Didn't decorate here. I don't know what happened there. I think, this is 2016. No, I didn't have my Franklin planner then. Okay, I guess I must have been really busy those 2 weeks. Oh, and then I started getting into some different fonts. I really enjoyed that. I remember loving this. And in the monthly here, you have like create a mind map of this month's game changer. Like what's your game changer that month that's gonna, you know, move you forward. And for me, it was just for a long time. And even still, it's about balance because I'm type A. It's really hard for me to slow down. Do not procrastinate on studying. Yeah. So I saw a couple different doctors then, gastroenterologist and sports medicine doctor, chiro, because, you know, when you start to get sick and you don't recognize it, your body starts to, so I had lots of digestive issues, which turns out I'm fine. But it was very scary because the pain. I remember times I had to get picked up from work. I couldn't even drive home with doubled over with stomach pains, and yeah, it was horrible. So I do have a lot of food sensitivity, so that, you know, that helped me with that, but there was nothing serious going on, which is great. And even though I wasn't licensed yet, I started mentoring under a senior realtor in my brokerage. And so I was training on lots of things before getting my license. That way, when I was licensed, I was ready to hit the ground running. So that's what all this is about. So I wasn't licensed yet, but I was working in the brokerage, shadowing everything, and then still doing my studying. And then my yoga and, you know, health and wellness around it. Yeah. 88% on that exam. It's pretty cool. I loved experimenting with these different fonts. Yeah. So that's... Oh, I like that one, that lace. I don't think I have that anymore, that lace washi. So pretty. And I did like temperature. So throughout the year, tracking the temperature. Oh yeah, here it's official, meaning I got my license, I got my HST number, went to the board office, got everything registered there. So October 7th. 2016, it was official. Yeah. I think I got my first Apple laptop because I needed one for work. So I put the Apple sticker there. What do you guys do with your Apple stickers? I have so many of them now. I just put that there. So this was my first passion planner. I know I'm spending a lot of time on this because it's, like I said, strolling down memory lane. Oh, I booked 3 listing appointments that day. On November 24th. You guys, like, visit my first FSBO, which is for sale by owner, and I booked a listing. Yeah, if you guys ever want to know what it takes to be successful in real estate, like my journey and how I hustled, let me know. Loving these stickers. I think I got these from Dollar Tree. And I've been to Dollar Tree so many times since, and they don't have anything like this anymore. So pretty. Yeah, a lot of, all the green is all the work stuff. Lots of scripting, lots of cold calls. That's what Mojo is. It's cold calling. 101 contacts for a database, 4 people. I booked 1 listing appointment. So I tracked my stats there. Oh, I had a stomach flare up there. I haven't had a stomach flare up in a very long time, knock on wood. Because I know what foods to eat now and how to rest and all that stuff. This is a fun spread. I was really creative back in the day. I had forgotten about that. Wow. Numbers don't lie. 149 contacts for that week, 1 appointment, 5 people databased. I didn't maintain a good level of motivation this week. Got to master a good schedule and balance. So one thing I've always been good at, and I take that from my corporate life, it's always reflecting. What worked well? What could I have done differently? So your mind must arrive at the destination before your life does. That's good. My numbers that week. Okay, and then kind of lost motivation because when you get a new planner, your last week of December is in that new planner. And then my monthly recap and then end of the year recap. I think I printed this off of the Passion Planner website. That's why it's a different color paper. And then I washi taped that in there. And then I just had like a wish list at the back. So with the Passion Planner, you get a lot of note paper at the back. So I just used it for a whole bunch of stuff. A whole bunch of stuff. Oh yeah, my trackers. August hours, so tracked how many hours I worked, my training schedule, notes from training. Ha, my hips don't lie, because I had a lot of hip pain back then, I remember. And then my cycle tracker, habit trackers, so I really enjoyed this part. Yeah, and that's it. So that is my 2016 Passion Planner. And then my 2017 Passion Planner was this pretty green one. So what year was that? That was 2016. Okay, so 2017, I bought some Kate Spade stuff. I don't know why I put these in here. I think this was my first ever Kate Spade that I paid full price for, and I was really proud of. I was really proud of that purchase because I worked really hard in real estate, that I was able to save the money. And it was $358 Canadian. Yeah, I was really proud of that. Took me a lot. Okay, here we go. Hopefully you can see that okay. So this is my mind map for my goals. My 3-year goal was to have a vacation every 3 months. Business owner, 2 rental properties. 3-month goal, regain strength. This is like all like health and fitness stuff and some self-development. Both of my electives done. So we also had to do 2 electives with our real estate. We have 2 years to do those after we get licensed. So I wanted to have them both done by the end of 2018. I think I did do that. Okay, so let's just, so this was, I believe this was an undated planner. That's right. I don't know why I chose undated. Oh, because undated was the only way you could get a Monday start. That's right. I remember that. And I prefer a Monday start. So there's my monthly layout. Offer presentation in person, my first one. So this was October, November, December. So this is month 3. I did sell a house in my first 2 months. I represented the buyer, but I just had to email the offer in. So I didn't have to present to the actual homeowners, but this was my first one here. And I remember I was so nervous. My heart was just pounding through my chest. Yeah, and my client didn't get the house. We weren't high enough. This is when the crazy market was just really starting. But yeah, lots of like showings, showing, scripting, buyer script, all sorts of things. And then I started to get into washi and stickers with my recap. Oh, a lot going on this spread. So with the monthly, I don't know if I explained that before. So here's your mind map for the month, and then like work projects, personal projects. So I did like how that they separate it from personal and work. I liked that. So this is Happy Planner stickers and washi tape from Happy Planner, and some were from Michael's and some were from the dollar store that I found that I really liked. So with the undated, all the monthlies are together, and then all the weeklies are together. Yeah, so I tracked everything. Yeah, fun time. Open houses, staging appointments, sold a house. I remember that one with those clients. There was like 15 offers. We had to go so high, but they got it. Stamps. Bought some stamps. Yeah, this washi was really weird. This is like Recollections brand, and it was like sticky. It still is. Hold a thought for just 17 seconds and the law of attraction kicks in. Hold a thought for 68 seconds and things move. Manifestation has begun. Good quote. Good quote. Got into stencils with fancy markers. This is when my husband still worked in corporate, so I had like specific vacation time. September. Ooh, this is pretty. My 21st anniversary then. Had to do a home inspection and a showing. Yeah, I got busy pretty quickly. This is October. Oh, wow, look at that. Funnel walkthrough for Hazel Glen. And then it closes this day. So actually the buyer we represented for that property, he's since moved out to BC. And so, what, 2 years ago, I think. So I helped him find a tenant. So he kept it as an investment in case he moves back. And so he actually just texted me yesterday. So he's met someone, he's in love, he's expecting his first baby in January, and he's very highly unlikely he'll be coming back. So we're talking about selling that property now. That's pretty cool. So what was this, 2017? 18, 19, 21, so 5 years later. So neat. And then these guys here, we helped them last year sell that property that we helped them buy, and then we helped them upsize. So it's really neat when you start to see, oh, and then this one too, Lilac. I've since helped her sell her house because she moved out to Nova Scotia, and then her family that lived here, her parents retired, and so I sold their house and then referred them to an agent because they moved down to be with her in Nova Scotia. So cool. I love that. Love that. And then we sold that house. They bought that house. That was their first home. We sold it last year. Helped them sell it. So anyways, memory lane, like I said. Pretty cool. Okay, and then this is December. So those are the monthlies done. I don't know what happened there. And then now we get into my weeklies. So I just started experimenting with different layouts. Boy, was this a busy schedule. No wonder I burnt out this past summer. Oh, and this I think was, no, it wasn't. Okay. Anyways, sleep. Read script every day. Did a little tracking thing there. Call the board, ask for clarification on tax form, update buyer board, like just so much. Email listings, showings, coaching. Pretty cool. Rest up, girl. Yeah, I probably, oh yeah, I hit a wall. which, you know, it's interesting looking back. You're like, yeah, no wonder I hit a wall. Look at that. But like I said, when you're going through it, you don't get it. You don't recognize it until, at least I don't, until I hit that wall. I liked the spread. I was using like pink, what brand are these pens? Papermate, I think. Just different color themes each day. Pretty neat. Whoa, that's a busy one. Hours, I spent 6 hours and 45 minutes that week doing lead generation. 209 contacts that week, 4 listing appointments booked, databased 17 people, and signed 1 person on a buyer representation agreement with me. Wow, that was a busy week. This week here, 8 hours and 55 minutes, 129 contacts, no appointments, 7 databased, 230 contacts that week, 1 listing appointment booked, 10 people databased, 12.25 hours. And, oh, that's April 1st. Yeah. Oh, I like that. 103 contacts, 9.5 hours, 2 appointments booked, 1 listing appointment, 10 databased. So yeah, I was busy. What's that? Reminder. Oh, those are all the showings I did that week. Or that day, I should say. Yeah, pretty cool. I started experimenting with like workout stickers. It's like a scrapbook. I loved that washi tape. So pretty. Spent a lot of time, a lot of money at Michael's. Because I had to have all the washi tapes, all the stickers. No excuses, so doing like a health and wellness kind of tracker there and professional development there. Tracking my numbers each day. And I had a focus. So that's one thing I did. Another thing I liked about this too is there was a focus each day. So focus on this day was Victoria Day, so that's a stat holiday. So it's focused on family and then lead gen. Get that listing. That probably would have been a seminar I went to, I think. Oh no, I had a listing appointment. And I'm like, I'm gonna sign them on a contract today, and I did. I sold their house. I sold, actually, and then it ended up selling their neighbor too. Yeah, there we go. Planner meetup at Michael's. Oh, and then I had a stomach flare up that night. Yeah, it's interesting to look back to see when these like health things happened and how busy I was leading up to it. Interesting indeed. So my goal was 150 contacts. I did 154 contacts. I booked an appointment, went on an appointment, signed someone up on an agreement to work with me, databased 10 people. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. One looks like I did a top 3 on these for this week here. You know, when you start off in real estate, it's all about building a database. And so when you see like how many people I'm databasing, so I databased 12 people that week, it's just building up. And now here I am, 2022, I got licensed at the end of 2016. I've got like just me, myself, my own people, not including my team. I've got over 600 people that I've put in my database. Crazy, 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 crazy. Was not without effort, that's for sure. Yeah, so this is how I planned back in the day. Anniversary weekend getaway. We went to Niagara-on-the-Lake. It's wonderful. That was Thanksgiving week, Thanksgiving Day. Lots of happy planner stickers, that's for sure. 234 contacts. My goal was 150. I did 11.5 hours of lead gen that week. So I would do lead gen and follow-up calls there, lead gen, more lead gen, more lead gen there, lead gen. Not as colorful as we progress here. Oh. So I was studying for one of my articling, so that's probably why I wasn't really doing much there, studying chapter 9 and 10. Yeah, I probably was just like, I just need to focus on work and studying. And then December, and that's it. Well, this is fun. So I would have made this at the beginning of the year. Lead gen efficiency tracker. So you guys will see this in my planner when I do my month recaps, except I made it on Canva now. But yeah, this is how many hours, and that's something I don't track now, but this is how many hours I spent on the phones or doing open houses. How many contacts, 700 and look, whoa, 409 in April. That's amazing. Appointments booked, listing appointments, buyer appointments, contracts signed, data people, how many people I databased, and then contracts signed. And then for 2017, I did 17 resolutions. So that was fun. That was really fun making that. And then reading list, didn't even do that. And then movies that we watched that year. So fun to look back. My wish list for 2017, needs versus wants. And then my goals for 2017. Wow, was I creative? I didn't even remember that I drew all of this. Awesome. Bold laws. It's all just very motivational stuff. And then my Papermate Flare. That's what those were. Just practicing. And I think that is it. Oh, there's something else back here. Oh, Christmas plans. Some trackers. No spend September. Ha! 2 days. Okay, very cool. Yeah, cycle trackers. I've been tracking my cycle for years and years and years, which I highly recommend. That way you know, when you go to your doctor, you know what your symptoms are based on where you are in your cycle, and it really helps them to help you. Okay, so that's 2016, 2017, 2018. I've got a few things going on for 2018. A couple Kate Spades and a Franklin planner. So let's quickly go through these. You know, I got this not because it's super functional. I got it because it's pretty. I loved the paper. I loved the gold. And as you can see, I don't even know when. I must have bought it later in the year because I think this is the previous year anyways. 2018. That's the year I'm on, right? Okay. When did I start using this planner? Oh, this is 2019 maybe? Yeah, 2019. So it's like an 18-month planner, I guess. But I didn't really... Okay, so I started using it in February of 2019. So I'm going to set this aside because we are on 2018. So here we go. So I'll get into some stickers here. And did I use... Okay, so I filled out my kind of important dates here with some stickers. I made a social media tracker, which you can see I did not continue with at all. And that's all I did for the notes pages. And then we get into the monthlies. So yeah, it was really just about, at this point, I'm like, I want it to be functional, but I really want it to just decorate this and make it so pretty. And I loved it. But then I realized pretty quickly, I feel that I really missed the hourly layout to time block. Trackers. And then we get into September. I love these. These are kind of like paper dolls that I found off Pinterest, and then I printed it on sticker paper. Love those, and like Kate Spade type stuff. Yeah, just, it wasn't really, it's more like, what would you call it? Like tasks, like here's what I need to do today kind of thing each day. I kept up with it for quite a while. Note to self, so just sort of goals. October, I didn't really continue on long after this. Oh, look at that, train Ryan. So Ryan got his, so he left his job, his corporate job. Yeah, that's right. It was fall of 2017. So a year after I got licensed, because I was like, I left the team that I was on after 6 months, and I'm like, I can do it on my own. And he was doing a lot of my marketing and administrative stuff on like evenings and weekends. So I remember just sitting him down one day going, why don't you quit your job and just work for me, and we'll just turn this into a family business. And that's what we did. So October 2017, let me see. Yeah, I don't think I documented exactly when his last day was, but yeah, training Ryan, that's pretty cool. And now he's licensed, my son is licensed, we're a family team. Yeah, so I decorated and then I just stopped. What a shame. Look how pretty these are. I don't think I continued at all. And then we have, what an incredible year 2017 has been. So it's just like a journaling page. And I don't know if I really, oh, and then that's right, I turned it into gratitude. So I was like, this planner's too pretty to go to waste. So here we are, January 2018, and I just turned it into gratitude. But I don't think I kept up with this for very long. So this is, so that's right. So you know what happened? When I stopped using this for planning, I discovered Franklin Planner. I bought my first vintage Aurora, which was the teal, which really, it's green. It's like forest green, but I don't know. They advertised it as teal, but it definitely wasn't teal. Yeah, that was it. I stopped using this in February of 2018. Definitely was not teal. So I thought I'd show you, this is the binder, my very first Franklin Covey binder. This is the vintage Aurora in teal. So they promoted it as teal, but I don't know if you can tell in this light, it's more of a deep green. It's like a forest green. So I remember when I got it, I was very disappointed because I was hoping for like a greeny blue, but this couldn't be more green. But I used it for 6 months, and then I bought the pink, my pink one, which is this one here. Very dirty, I need to clean her up. But then I bought this one about 6 months after this one. And then I was like, okay, I'm in love. I totally went for it. That's when I bought the hole punch, and I just bought all the Franklin Covey things because I just fell in love with this binder. But anyhow, so this was the teal one. So it's completely full with stuff I'm not using. I have to find a better storage solution. I probably need to purchase a storage binder from Franklin Planner just for my inserts and dashboards and things like that. But anyhow, so this is the vintage Aurora. This is the green. So that's what I'm about to show you. All of those inserts were in this binder for the first 6 months, and then I moved to the pink one for the remaining 6 months. So stay tuned for part 2, where I will go through my storage binder to show you her point of view inserts, which were my very first ones, and share with you a trip down memory lane of my first Franklin Covey planner. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in part 2. Bye.